Well. What's up, folks? All my friends, frenemies, and everybody else that might be interested in what's going on with me. Look, we starting a new segment today. This is our first launch of our segment. Let's talk. How about this? We're going to be live on the air every Friday at 7 o'clock, and we're going to be talking about the issues. Some of them newsworthy, some of them not so newsworthy, but hopefully all of them will be fun. I am yours truly, Norman, owner, operator of Dezign Studios, and we got an operator to the owner, so that's the way that's going to flow. So look, if you got an idea, if you got something that you want to bring to the forefront, call me at 804-375-2740 or hit me up at Miss Emma's House at gmail.com. Miss Emma's House at gmail.com. You can always text me personally at 804-218-4160 just to get everything going. Guys, we are looking for content. Lots and lots of content. So whatever you know how to do, bring it to the forefront. Come on, let's talk. Now, today, a special day for me. I have a friend that we have been close for, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. I just don't even want to remember how many years we've been together. But his name is Ron Elliott, and I am going to let him introduce himself. Come on in, Big Ron. How are you, man? What's up?
Hey, what's up, Norman?
I am well, man. I am well. Tell everybody
Oh,
about
good.
you, who you are, where you're from, what you do, how many kids you got, how many dogs you got, how many cars you done wrecked in the last year, all that good stuff. Tell everybody
Hey,
who you are.
as I said, my name is Ron Elliott, and I'm a native of Richmond, Virginia. I currently live down in the Austin, Texas area, a little place called Round Rock. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but that's where I've been for the last 15 years. Uh, like I said, I grew up. Norman and I have been knowing each other. Norman, I'm going to tell you, it's probably been since like 1971,
Don't be telling all the
72, or
secrets,
something
man.
like that. That makes you old, brother. No, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm down here in technology expert, professional, whatever, around technology now since high school. So it's something that's been with me, an interest of mine. What I'm currently doing, though, is helping people about technology, think about computers and what people do with
Okay.
computers and networks. I do that, I know how to do it, but I'm more so on the, let's say, the training side of it. So if you look at my particular title that I have right now, it's Global Sales and Becoming a Professional. And we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
But here in Texas, I've got a wife, a 16-year-old daughter.
That's a grown person, man.
Living here with us. She's 16-year-old.
Okay. Well, look, you're kind of fading in and out every now and then, so I may have to repeat some of the stuff that you say. So we're just gonna go back over it. So first of all, look here. This is what got me. Global Sales Enablement Professional. That's a hell of a term, bro. What is that?
Well, when I first made it up, I had the opportunity to ask me, what do you want to call yourself? And I gave myself a title. But also it has to do with technology and how it applies to sales. If you think about a salesperson, they're out there selling something. In this particular instance, technology salesperson, so I'm working for a software company, and we're selling software asset management software. But those sellers, salespeople who are selling this, really understand, number one, who they're selling to and why, more importantly, why the person they're selling to would want to buy what they have to sell.
Okay.
So I use technology to help give that seller everything they need to know about their buyer and how to progress their deal.
Okay. Okay. Now I know you from now. See, I know you from Robert Shaw Controls many, many, many moons ago.
Oh yeah.
So you've been into technology and computers for a long time. How did you get interested in it to begin with?
Well, I got interested actually in high school. I graduated from Armstrong High School. We got some Armstrong graduates out there.
Don't
All
got
right,
no doubt.
shout out to the Wildcat. So when I was living out back in the day, Armstrong, we actually had a computer terminal at Armstrong High School. And my senior year, I was in physics, advanced math, sciences. So I had a physics class. And in that classroom was a terminal that was connected to, at that time, we called it the Institute. Okay. Uh, so we had this one terminal. So there was about four of us at the time in the school, four of us in the whole school that had time on this computer terminal. And when I think of it, when you think of computer terminal, I love you got some old folks in there. The computer terminal then was this thing. It looked like a big typewriter, and it had the paper that came out the back of like the old calculators did. So you sit there and you type on it. It would type on the paper, and then you would wait for the response to come from the other end. Sometimes that took 4 or 5 minutes to get back to you,
Oh my
but you got to
God.
respond.
Oh my God.
So that was just so I learned how to write some preliminary, some basic code back then during my senior year of high school, and I said, "Oh, this is cool. I like this." And so from there on, I just took courses, took classes, and learned how to write code, how to become a programmer. I was a programmer for many years, and then I went into networking, understanding how networks or computers talk to each other. I actually wrote and developed code that allowed one computer to talk to another computer before this thing called the internet. All right. So it was interesting. Then I actually went to work in Richmond, Northern Virginia, worked for a company. Where the founder of the company actually was one of the creators of the internet. And so what we were doing there was building out or the basic components of the internet at the time. We were one of the first companies to offer email services for the public consumption. So it was a pretty interesting job.
Good. Oh
So
man. I was smiling because I remember back in the day, when you were going to your computer classes. I think I went to Marines, and by the time I came out of the Marines, you were off and running, man, with your computer technology and stuff. And I remember how much you were into that, how much you were interested in it. And I always used to think that's a nerd. Look at that nerd.
you know what? I was a partying nerd.
I know. That's what I was going to say. See. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there. Didn't want to bring that
Yeah.
out. And look, so with your global sales and global sales enablement, are you a teacher? Do you go around from company to company teaching people how to do that? Is it a private business where people come to you? How does that work?
Well, the way it works for me is right now I'm out of that teaching phase of it. I'm a program manager, so I more so gather the requirements
Mm-hmm.
and then help develop the training that needs to go out to the sellers. So I have a team of people. I have a learning development person who develops the training programs. I have a person that actually delivers the training. I have other individuals who deliver technical training, and then coordinators and communications people that all make up the team. But my role now is, even though I've done training before, I still get involved in some of the training and delivery. But my primary focus now is understanding the requirements, developing the program that needs to be delivered to the sales people that are out there.
So is this at the corporate level or is this at the entry level? Where do you start the sales
Now,
program?
this is all of the above. So if we have new sellers coming in that are brand new to the company, and typically the company I work for, it's a small software company with about 700 people. We're headquartered out of Stockholm, Sweden, but we have a large office here in the Austin area. And as we get new sellers into the company, we run them through what we call a 30, 60, 90-day onboarding program. So
Okay.
this is more or less to get them acclimated to what it is that we do, what we're selling, and our selling methodologies.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. So look, this
and
is off. This is off script, but I really got to know. Do you still travel like you used to? Because I know every month you were in another country.
No, with COVID now, we don't get to travel anywhere. But yeah, I did quite a bit of travel over my career. It was to a point when I guess from the time my daughter was, I guess, a year old until she was about 12. I kind of missed it from her kind of growing up. I remember trips where I'd get home on Saturday morning, flying in from Singapore or somewhere, drop my luggage, and do the laundry, run out to my daughter's performance that she was doing there. She plays guitar, so she was I had a little band back then, and
I
she was
remember.
off doing performance. Go do the performance, go back, pick up my suitcase, and head out to the airport, and be at
Wow.
the airport at 7 that evening, heading out somewhere else. Uh,
Wow. Okay. Now let me
you
ask you
know,
this. You
yeah.
were you finished?
Oh, go ahead, man. You
Oh,
could.
you were really into the tech, the hands-on part of it. You were really into the development, the software development, the writing the programming, and all that stuff. Okay, it's a two-part question. What led you into going into the sales part of it, the this part of it, the non-techy part of it, and do you miss it? Do you miss being a hands-on tech?
The first part of it is the money.
Okay, okay, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Um, you get to a point in your career where um, you've done it, you know how to do it. The next level is showing other people how to do it.
Okay,
And the way I kind of got into it was I was a what we call a pre-sales engineer. I was working for, again, another software company, and I was managing or working with some of the sellers to help them sell into our clients. And then we also have what we call resale partners. So I was actually working with the resale partners. And what I would do with the resale partners is I would train them on how to sell versus actually going out and selling for them. And before, I didn't know it, but I was a sales enablement professional back then, but we didn't have that title way back then. You were kind of working with your sellers and with your teams to help them close deals. But my thing was, let me train them to make it easier on me, and they can make more money. It's
okay.
again it's a force multiplier is what you call it in the business there.
Force
So
multiplier.
yes, absolutely. I mean, if one person selling versus 10 people selling, what do you think you're going to do there?
There you go. That makes it. That makes it. That makes it. Now, in your profile, let's go back to the travel part because I really enjoy that. You've been to over 40 different countries. Okay, what is? Tell me about your experience uh, of commuting to work and in other countries. I mean, the living
Yeah.
conditions in other countries. I mean, you coming from America where, we are quote unquote the land of plenty and going to somewhere like Singapore or something like that. So the difference of cultures and everything as you move from place to place. Tell me about doing that kind of stuff.
Well, you started off with commuting. I got to tell a story. I had one of my neighbors one day came up to me and he was complaining because he had a 45-minute commute to work that day. And I looked at him and said, "Guess what? I've got a 22-hour commute today." Right? So I'm going to the other side of the world. And he said, "Oh, okay, all right." But back to the cultures and understanding different cultures and working with people. I worked with IBM for 10 years, and that's when I did the bulk of my travel. And so my travel took me to, like I said, places like Singapore, South Africa, all over South America. I've been to Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Peru, all over Europe, and all over Asia, really. The thing is that people are people, right? Number one, they may have different cultures, they may do things differently, but people are people. And the key with anything is you treat people the way you want to be treated, and you get along with everyone. People ask me. I had this question one time from someone here in the U.S., and they said, do you find that you go over to other these countries and people are really prejudiced over there and their racism? I said, no, I find more of that here in the U.S.
Yeah.
You go, go to other countries and do just fine. People are, they're great. And again, you treat people the way you want to be treated. As far as languages, I find that in just about every other country in the U.S., people are bilingual. You know how you can tell an American?
They're not
Anyone else?
bilingual.
They speak they speak one language. Yes. You go to other countries and people will speak their language as well as English and possibly a third or fourth language.
Okay.
But for me in the technology industry and then going to these other countries to provide training programs, particularly with the people who worked within IBM or from other companies I worked for, they spoke English and spoke English really well. So it wasn't a real requirement for me to learn or speak a foreign language.
Okay.
But I did pick up a few phrases here and there, like
Okay.
where's the bathroom? That's an
That's the first
important one.
one. That's the important one.
Yeah.
I still
Uh-huh.
remember. I still remember Japan when I spent a year in Japan. Doko binja deska. Where's the bathroom? That's the only one I
Yeah.
remember. Look here. Hold on for a minute, Ron. Let me pay some bills here. Yeah. Once again, everybody, we're talking to Mr. Ron Elliott out of Austin, Texas. He is a software global sales enablement professional. Keep tuning in, guys. We're gonna make sure that you get a good explanation for that. If you would like to call in and ask Ron some questions, you can feel free to call in at 804-305-8536. We have a live line waiting for you to call in and just touch base with him. If you're familiar with Ron, from the Richmond area, y'all know he's from the Richmond area. He ain't number one of those Armstrong boys, but that's okay because I went to Kennedy, the real school. But anyway, I ain't gonna be personal about this. Just feel free to call in, and remember, you're looking at this and Design Studios at Miss Emma's house, and you can see my new backdrop behind me. Yeah, that's right. I just finished that today. So feel free to call in and just talk to Ron for a couple of minutes, okay? We also, like I said, we're also looking for a lot of talent. We're also looking for a lot of content. So you can call in at 804-375-2740 for our office line or call me directly at 804-218-4160 and I will get right back to you directly. I take text messages, whatever you got to do. So just give me a call in. Now, let's get back to Ron because I got a serious question for you, Ron. All right.
Hold on. Before you get started,
Uh
Norm,
oh. Come on.
I'm looking at your logo and your design behind you.
Uh huh.
I see it predominantly orange and blue.
I'm sorry. What? You got a problem with the Trojans or something? What? You got issues with that?
Well, I'm just saying
Oh,
Armstrong.
that's right. That's right. They're the
Right?
same colors. They're the same colors.
Yeah.
Get out of
Okay.
here.
All right.
Oh
All right. You can
man.
move on.
All
You
right, I
can
gotta
move
be
on.
nice now. I gotta be nice now.
All
Okay,
right.
so look, I got this really, really important question to ask you. All right.
Yeah.
You have traveled to over 40 countries. So that means you put in a lot of hours in the air. So I got to ask you, did American Airlines give you a free seat like they did Tom Joyner, the fly jack?
Oh, no, they haven't. Not yet. But I'm expecting it soon. But I know I put in a lot of miles with American Airlines. I know in 4 years' time, I did over 1 million miles
Oh my
with
God.
that one airline. it's to a point where I'd show up at the airport. You get to the gate to check in, and they look over and say, "Hey, Mr. Elliott, how you doing? Where you off to today?"
And
You
everybody
know,
behind you going, "Who the hell is he?"
yeah, uh-huh.
Mr. Elliott, is that somebody I need to get to know?
hmm
Okay, all right. So look, out of all of that travel, what's your favorite place, and
Hmm.
why? And why?
Well, I don't know. I tend to like. I'd say probably either Malaysia or Singapore. Um, Primarily because I really love Asian food. Give me some fried rice or some noodles, and I'm good with that. But also the kind of the cultures there, the people are really nice people. The when you Sometimes when people think of Asia and Asian cities, they think they're third world countries or third world places, but they're not. You go to Singapore, you go to Malaysia, they are very, very modern cities. In fact, Singapore is one of the most modern and most cleanest cities on the planet. Uh, they take a lot of pride in their technology, in building up their city and taking care of their people. Uh, I've also, had a chance to spend time in Africa. I haven't been all over Africa. Had an opportunity to go to Johannesburg, South Africa. So I had a chance to tour the Apartheid Museum. I've been to, different places there where a lot of people typically don't get to go. I've been to Soweto, and in Soweto, you see where, I don't know if you're familiar with the history of South Africa, with the uprising and riots and things
Mm-hmm,
like that
mm-hmm.
took place. I've been and seen some of those sites, and it was really, really interesting to learn some of that history. I almost got to go to Nigeria, but didn't get to go. The trip got canceled because there was some unrest that was going on in Lagos at the time, and we felt it was not safe to actually go into the country.
Okay.
But I would like the opportunity, if I get it again, to actually travel more into Africa. I've been into the Middle East. Dubai is one of the places that I've gone in the Middle East. We actually have gone there for business, and it was one of those places that my wife and daughter had said they wanted to go. And a couple of years ago, we did a vacation, did a spring break, and put them on a plane, and we all went over to Dubai so that they can
Wow.
get to see that city. And
That's
uh, and you're
yeah,
talking about an amazing place.
yeah,
Dubai is truly amazing.
yeah. That was going to be one of my next questions. Is have your family had an opportunity to travel with you?
Yeah, they have. Actually, my daughter's first trip was she was 5 months old and she got to go to Europe. So she turned 6 months old in Italy. So we did I was working, had to do a meeting in Prague, but we flew into London, spent a few days in London, hung out with some friends of ours that are in London, and then went over to Prague for my activity. So I had to work for 4 days, and they
Mm-hmm.
did the touring and toured the city, did a few things as they typically do if they go with me on a work trip. And then we
Okay.
left there and went to Rome. I had a meeting in Rome, but went ahead and stayed over in Rome for about 5 or 6 days.
Okay.
And toured
Okay.
Rome. They got to tour Rome as well before coming home. I think it was about a 3 week trip for them.
Okay, that paints a you paint a really good picture when it comes to work, man. I'm telling you because it's thousands of young people out here and old people as well that would love to have a job where they could travel like that. So, if you had to give a certain thing, if you had one way that you could tell somebody how to get into this type of field where travel would be a part of it, what would you tell them?
Well, there are lots of opportunities for jobs with travel. I mean, if you take it from a technology standpoint, the key is not necessarily the job, but the company that you work for. If you think of a company that travels a lot, it has to be a company that's global in nature. That is, that they're not just U.S. centric or based company. but they have branches and typically large branches in other countries. And if you're, again, in technology or in enablement, if you're a trainer, then you'll have the opportunity to go out and do those things. So if you're interested in that and you want to do it from a corporate or technology perspective, then I suggest you look for a company to work for that is global.
Okay.
Or in the case of a company that has customers who are global and you're in a customer support type of a role where you need to
Okay.
get out and go face to face with customers, and those customers are in other parts of the world.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: with all of this business travel, what do you want to do for vacation? Do you want to travel or do you want to stay home?
Actually, I sometimes I want to stay home, but you can't do that with your family. So, for me, for vacations, for me, the ideal vacation is going to some beach spot somewhere and kicking back and putting my feet up and just relaxing. So, we've got some favorite beach spots that we've done.
Uh huh.
A few years ago, my wife wanted to go to Bora Bora. So we it was like a 26-hour plane ride, so planes and boats to get to this island in Bora Bora, where we, spent the week in one of those huts over the water,
Okay. Okay.
and jumping off the side of the hut and snorkeling with the manta rays and the other fish
Ah,
that are in the
man.
water there. Yeah,
Life of Raleigh, bro. Life of Raleigh. See, but
yeah,
you Jordan can get all messed up. See, because she'll be like,
mm,
"Ooh, I want to go to Africa." Been there, done that.
hmm,
You
yeah,
wouldn't even give her a chance.
yeah.
There. Okay, let's change gears for a bit. For someone who may be thinking about a career in technology or even sales enablement, what do you suggest that he or she do to get prepared?
Well, to get prepared, I mean, you think about technology today. Uh, every kid that's out there, when I talk about kids, I'm talking about kids everywhere from, 10 months old now are technology savvy. All right. You look at little kids now, babies, you hand them a phone and they know what to do with it. And phone is technology. I mean, back in my day, Norman, when we were coming up, did we have something called a cell
Oh
phone?
my God.
If we were out and about, what did
We
we do
you
if we
know what
needed
we
to call
had?
home?
You know what we had? The only phone we had was the phone with that 10-foot cord on it that we used to
And what did we do if we were away from home and we
uh,
needed to call someone?
if you can't find the phone booth, you ain't calling nobody.
See, and you
That's
just said
it.
phone booth. There's a bunch of some of these kids out here. They said a
They ain't got a
phone booth.
clue.
What's a
They ain't
phone
got a
booth?
clue. That's
What's a phone booth?
I'll explain
Yeah,
it to them in the next show.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, technology. You think about it. A lot of kids now they know technology. They know it better. I mean, I look at my daughter. She knows her way around a laptop. Far more than I do these days.
Mm.
An iPhone. I mean, she's just phenomenal with an iPhone, and that's just about every kid that's out there today. So thinking about that, what can they do? I mean, they're already doing it. The things they need to focus on are the future technologies that are coming. Things like artificial intelligence, all right, machine learning, all right, some of those advanced technologies. So when you think about it, autonomous driving cars, okay, that's a big technology field nowadays. If you understand autonomous technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, then you can write a ticket anywhere in any of these large technology companies because that's where they're focusing. The automobile industry is going total electric, within the next 10 years, 10 to 15 years. All right. And it takes a lot of technology for those types of vehicles. So if you get into a Tesla or even GM, I mean GM, they are transforming their business. They're going away from gasoline into electric vehicles, right? And they need people who understand that technology. Working for many of the cities, they have technology that's going to be embedded into some of the things that they have to do that you typically don't think technology is a part of. You just a simple thing is electric meters, right? gas meters. They're all smart meters now. You don't see anyone walking around, reading your meter too much these days. It's all smart meters. When you talk about autonomous driving cars, it's not just the cars that are smart, it's the streets, it's the infrastructure that's smart as well. For a self driving car to truly understand how to get from point A to point B, there has to be sensors in the streets. There has to be sensors at each corner at where there's a stoplight to tell the car that you've actually gotten to a stoplight. Yes, some of the technology in the car can help them, but making it a full network, i.e., an ecosystem that everything is talking to each other, makes it even safer. And safety is one of the key things that's driving autonomous cars these days,
You
is the safety factor.
You never thought about that. That the infrastructure has to be changed along with the car itself, along with the technology that you're putting in place. So, autonomous driving car, the city or wherever it's being driven, the infrastructure of the city has to change. So that means they will need professionals that can
Yes,
handle that type of software. Not only the installation, but the maintenance and the upkeep of the software as it
abs-
evolves with the cars. So that's another
absolutely.
area to start right there. I mean, you never really even think about Alexa, but I was on Alexa today, right, getting ready to go shopping, and I said, Alexa, do I have a grocery list? Alexa remembered what I ordered before, added it to
Yes.
my grocery list today. And do you want to have all of this, or would you like to check some things off? And I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, we can do this. That's the
Yeah.
technology that the younger people are coming up with now. It's the stuff that
Hmm.
me, I should say, trying to catch up with. I'm still trying to figure out my iPhone, and my grandsons always look at me like I'm strange because I still have an iPhone 7s, and they got iPhone number 22 million now, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Ron.
You
Look, before
know,
I let you go, man. Before I let you go, what's next for you, man? Where are you going from here? I know. Look, and
yeah.
before you even answer, I already know you. Okay, so I know you are not one of those people that get complacent. I know you don't just sit still. You always looking for another way to improve. So tell me where you go from here. What's new? What's next?
Oh, that's a tough question, because I guess from hopefully you've heard from the way I'm talking about it, I really enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
It's really exciting for me. But I also do other things as well. I'm technology into technology, so I utilize that. I do a lot of volunteering. There's a girls home that's near our community here that's supported by our church. So I provide all the technology support for them. I provide laptops and computers for them. The company that I work for, as they decommission computers, they just give them to me. It's Iran. Here, I know you can rebuild these or fix these up so that you can donate them to those in need in the community. So I'm heavily into that. I work very diligent with our church. I'm on the church board and provide all the technology for our church. We do uh, you know broadcasting our services on Sundays and all those things that we do that are technology based. But for me, for next, I'm my wife always asks me, "Well, aren't you ready to retire?" And I said, "Why? If I retire, then I got to live on my retirement savings and the government. Why would I want to give up the job that's paying me what it's paying me to go retire? They haven't asked me to leave." Uh, but for me, at the point that I do retire, I may want to go on the speaking circuit, do some things like that, talking to young folks, get on the professional speaking circuit, talking to other professionals that are in the industry. I am a part of a couple of different professional organizations at the moment. Uh, so it varies. I don't know. It may change tomorrow. Who knows? I might just say, hey, I just want to retire and go sit on a beach somewhere.
So let me ask you: do you Hold on, I almost lost. I think I lost myself there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Do you provide individual service? Can people call you, contact you to talk to you about being a sales enablement professional? Or is that something that's strictly going to be like for your job? Is that something that you're thinking about doing on a private basis?
I've actually thought about it before, and I almost did it a while back. But then somebody came to me and said, "Hey, Ron, I've got this job opportunity. I need you to come work for me and then build up a sales enablement organization from scratch." I said, "Okay." But yeah, it knows it could happen that day, a couple of years from now, and I decide not to want to work for someone else and go out and start my own business. The thing with technology industry is that there's such a big need for technology and for people who truly know technology. And as I stated, even though I'm not turning the screws or writing code anymore, but
Hmm.
understanding technology enough that I can go and communicate and convey that knowledge to others, especially in the sales realm. I do occasionally, I'll go out and help my neighbors install their Wi-Fi networks. They call me up. I'm the computer guy in the network in the community, right? People call me up. Hey, Ron, my laptop is running slow. All right, just drop it by the house here. Leave me your password. I'll make sure I get it fixed for you and get it back to
Wow.
them the next day. Uh,
Okay, look at how our paths have gone, man. Look where we are now. You're a computer professional and sales enablement professional. I'm a retired firefighter, and you're the computer guy in the neighborhood, and I'm the neighborhood fix it guy, neighborhood EMT, and
yeah.
his cut, fix it. But we can do it. Okay, people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much, man. I'm not gonna keep you long here because this is gonna be a short show. Because this is my debut, and maybe next time you call in, man, we'll be able to chop it up for a little bit longer. I know you got a lot to say, and I got a lot of questions, but we're gonna keep it tight for right now. So thank you once again, man, for coming in and give my best to the family. Hey, bro, I'm coming to Texas, man. I've been trying to get
You
that
know
for
what?
the last 10 years.
No, it's 15 years. I've been here 15 years, man. You've been promising for 15
Come on,
years.
man. Come
All
on.
right. All right.
I'm coming to Texas, man. I just bought a new truck and I got to get some airtime on it.
All
I bought me
right. Put it on the road.
bought me a Chevy Colorado, and it ain't even got a back seat. Got one of those little shorty back seats, so I ain't got to worry about
Uh
carrying nobody with me, man. It's just gonna be me. So
Okay.
thank you once again, man. Give my love to the family, man, and it was great. Great, great, great to talk to you, man. All right, folks, this is Ron Elliott from Austin, Texas. He's a global sales enablement professional, which means he teaches salespeople how to better their sales. He teaches you how to go out, maximize your income, maximize your sales, better your company. Okay, move up that chain. And you know what? Black people doing something for black people. I got to add that in there. I got to stick that in there. Each one teach one, each one reach one. So I'm going to be bringing you content like this on a regular basis. We are going to just flood this internet. I'm doing something different. I have an internet YouTube variety show. No, I'm not just gonna talk about building bridges or just or electrical stuff or doing hair. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna bring it all to you. So look here, if you want to get in touch with Ron, you get in touch with me. Call me at 804-375-2740 or hit me up at Miss Emma's House at gmail.com. Or, like I say, you can always use my personal line, 804-218-4160. If you're interested in having Ron come to your company to build your sales staff, I am pretty sure that we may be able to talk him into flying
Yeah.
one more time and coming
Yeah.
down here to Virginia to increase your sales and your probability of growing your company. What are you saying, Ron? Does that sound like a good deal for you?
I Opportunities are always there,
All right, all right,
and you never say never, right?
all right. And with that being said, thank you, sir. And we are out. Have a nice one, man. Give me a call later on.
All right, buddy. See
All
you.
right,
Thanks a
bye.
lot.
Bye. All right, folks. Now, Ron is gone, and it's just you and me. So let's talk. This is going to be the new segment that's coming up, guys. This is going to be something that I've been wanting to do, and it's just been on my mind. It's just been on my mind to be able to do something like this. Some of the topics that we're going to be talking about is kids in school. Okay, you know our kids learn different. You know this year. I mean these kids, I should say, the younger kids now, they learn a lot different than we did when we were older. So I'm going to want to bring some content to you that's going to give you a little bit better understanding about the kids, about how they learn, what they need to learn. I already have a mathematics teacher. He comes here every week and he teaches math for third, fourth, and fifth grade. Really good at what he does, too. We're going to be talking about voting. We're going to talk about all of this stuff that's going on with the George Floyd trial and all of these kids getting shot everywhere. We're going to discuss, has all of your kids, now I hate to have to say it, has all of your young black men had the talk? Has everybody had the talk? Has everybody had been told what to do when they're stopped by the police? Day or night. I know my grandsons. I have grandsons that are just turning 20 actually, and we had the talk a couple of years ago when they started out getting out here riding around and hanging with the boys and all that kind of stuff. Now they have their own cars, so I have given them the talk. Now I'm going to up the talk. I'm going to add on to the talk. I'm going to see if they understand that app where it says you're being stopped by the police. Give them business cards so that they can give the business cards, my business cards, to police officers. And so then I want them people to know that, you know, if you stop my grandkids, then you're going to know that he has some back behind him, that he got some people that are concerned about him, that he's not just one of these quote unquote little street kids that everybody assumed that all young black kids are. Oh, see, I'm getting on my soapbox, y'all. See, this is my area right here. This is my let's talk area. So we're going to make sure that everybody knows this kind of content. I also want to talk about the vaccinations. You know, who's getting them, why they're getting them, who's not getting them, and why they are not getting them. I want to talk about whether you want to have your kids vaccinated. I want to talk about black hair. I want to talk about music, a little bit of everything. And I'm going to include you in on each and every one of these conversations. You're going to be able to call in or text in and let me know what you think. That's all. Just let me know what you think. Open up the floor for conversation. I think conversation is one of the best ways that we can educate ourselves, is if we open our mouths, open our hearts, and open our minds and allow people to just, you know, pour into us a little bit. We're going to have talks about religion versus spirituality. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I separated those two. Religion versus spirituality. A lot of people think that they have to be in the church. It is good to be in the church because you have fellowship with other members like you in the church. But that's not all it is. Because I have an opinion. And my opinion is the church is in you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. So therefore, wherever you go, you carry that with you. You have to respect it. You have to live with it, but you still got to carry it within you. So look, I'm gonna cut off right now, guys. I'm gonna cut off and be prepared. Next Friday, it's called Let's Talk. So next Friday, let's talk. Have a good day, guys. I am out of here.